Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's a trade of the day, Thursday night / Friday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. Bitcoin's been trending up still, over 96K, pushing 97 at the moment. So that looks good. Some of the altcoins are moving too. Ethereum was over 1800 last I looked. So the market seems to be trending up, seems to be recovering from some of the dips we've had. We'll probably have more dips, but those could be buying opportunities. Let's go to the charts. Okay, should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart.
Yes.
Thank you. And we just broke 97. We've done extremely well since we hit the lows back in early April, about 3 4 weeks ago, and trending up nicely since then. We're above all the EMAs, 20, 50, and 200 on Bitcoin. Over on Ethereum, hasn't done as well. We're at about 1850 at the moment, trending up, but not as strongly. We are above the 20 EMA, pushing the 50, but 200 still a ways away here at 2500. So as far as chart action, trending up, but not really spiking up. I was looking at X earlier, formerly known as Twitter, and Kyle Chassie says that Strategy will be raising 57 billion to buy more Bitcoin. I think that's Mr. Saylor there, going all in. This talking head, Arthur Hayes, is talking 1 million Bitcoin. Again, probably optimistic, but sure, why not? So those are the markets overall. Anyone have anything they want to add or talk about generally before we go over to Altcoin Alert and look for some day trades and swing trades? Okay. Gang is kind of quiet this morning. Altcoin Alert, Altcoin Radar is on. Easy mode is off. So I've got all the columns here. I'll do a quick refresh, get the most current data. And generally speaking, I use Altcoin Alert to tell me what's moving at that time. So I'm going to set alerts for technical indicators to give me to alert me as to when good entries would be. But I like Altcoin Alert to help me choose the coins I'm going to follow that day. So I'll sort by AA score, looking for values 80 and higher. Sometimes I cheat a little, go down into the 70s. And GRT is at 70. Has some good looking numbers. Over 200% on social activity, 18% on trading. So let's check out GRT. This is one I trade from time to time. And this is my day trading layout, 15-minute chart using the supply and demand visible range by Lux Algo. That indicator for support and resistance supports the green zone, resistance is the red zone. And RTI, relative trend index for alerts and entries, cumulative delta for confirmation on trend-based trades. Okay, Daryl is new and is asking in the chat regarding speaking. Are we allowed to unmute and ask questions? Yes, you are, anytime you want. So I may delay your question if I want to make a point first on something else, but feel free to ask questions. You can put them in the chat or speak up. And that covers that. Okay, thank you, Daryl. And so if you're new, you may be wondering about this layout. I can share it with you if you want to use it, or you can make a copy of it and alter it, whatever you want to do. I can copy the link and send it to you. If you want that, email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com and I'll respond, after the show or the Zoom call and let you know. All right.
All right. Well, thank you very
And
much. I appreciate that.
all right, Daryl is chiming in. I believe that's you. All right.
Yes, sir. That's me.
All right.
Didn't want to break the rules here.
It's okay. Not much in the way of rules, other than we are focused on day trading and swing trading for the most part. So,
My very first two visits, I don't want to hold us up, but I had my audio on and didn't realize it. And I was causing a bunch of background noise for you guys. So I thought, oh, I'm just going to leave it off.
all right. Yeah, I don't like background noise. I will mute everybody if when that
Absolutely.
happens. So,
All right.
all right. So, GRT, the graph, a pretty well-known altcoin, um, does some this kind of action, which we like as day traders. So, at the moment, we're just dip below the 80 on the RTI. The best entries using this indicator are these that we're seeing here, where, okay, that's not what I want. Ah, let me get my vertical line, show you an example. That's what I was going to do. All right, so it breaks above the 20 here, and after a dip below the 20, so we've had a dip and then the retrace is starting. That's where we want to get in, where that retrace is starting. So in this situation, we went sideways, then up, and eventually it was a 7.4% move. That's a really good day trade. With day trades, at least how I do it, I'm looking to get 1, 2, 3, 5% moves like that. If I'm trading on leverage, usually 1 to 2%, a 10x leverage. That's advanced. Don't trade like that until you've had some success with spot trading, like on Coinbase, where you just buy the coin and let it go up a couple percent. Those are going to be your initial day trading moves, and even those can increase your balance significantly. So anyway, so that's an example of a dip below the 20 that retraced. There's another one here. Didn't do as well. Made a not quite 1% move. Yeah, so sometimes it takes a while, may take a day or two. If it goes against you, there's a technique called ladder buying that usually works in this market. It's where you make an additional purchase or two to improve your position, your average position. I have a video on how to do that. Check out my list if you want to learn that technique. But it is controversial. Many traders prefer stop losses, so you'll have to figure out what kind of trader you're going to be, whether you're going to employ the ladder buying technique or just use a stop loss, take a loss on that position and catch the next one. Okay, so if you want to set an alert on GRT, you right click on the RTI, add an alert, choose crossing up on the 20. Once per bar close, we'll leave it on all day. Want to give it a name. I usually use the information source. Type in AA score. And if you do that a few times, TradingView will remember it. So you can just select it after typing in a couple of the letters. Notification side, I'm going to notify an app on my smartphone. Toast notifications, a pop-up on my laptop computer. Play a sound also on my laptop. And there's a lot of sounds to choose from. So I tend to use 3 notes reverb for my day trades. Click create, and that should show up in your alerts right here. So that's GRT as a day trade. Now, if you don't want to trade that often or be bouncing back to your computer screen or smartphone, you can set up some swing trades I'm a day trader. I don't do a lot of swing trades, but I know a lot of my listeners do. So we try to talk about those as well. The layout is a little different. It's on the 1 hour chart, and we still use the supply and demand visible range for support and resistance. I'm using the SuperTrend for entries because it's alert friendly, and Trendilo LSMA for confirmation. You can see we had a buy signal on Wednesday, and it did pretty well. Looks like it went off here, a dip at first, and up here to almost 6%. Going back to where this high was up to 8%, so that's a better swing trade. But I'm looking for 10 to 15% of my swing trades. So I think we can do better than this on GRT. I like it better than as a day trade than a swing. So any questions on this one before we move on? Okay, let's go back to Altcoin Alert and look for a different sort. Let's go for social activity. So I'm going to sort this for fire and fire, thumbs up and thumbs up for social activity and trading activity. So when those two are aligned, that can be good. Let's look at this looks coin. Okay, it's on Kraken. It's on a lot of exchanges. Look at it on Kraken. Most of us have access to that. So on the 15-minute layout, we're below the 20. So this is potentially a good entry. The last time we were below the 20 was last week, and we had the dip below and then the cross up right about here. And wow, this is pretty amazing move. Over 100% on a day trading is crazy. I probably would have gotten out around here somewhere, 12%. So this one has potential to move, at least in the short. Let's look at the history on this. Okay, so it's only been trading on Kraken since December. But yeah, set an alert on this, right click on the RTI, crossing up on the 20, once per bar close, customing, social activity, notifications, leave that the same, click create, and you can see the dotted line here. So when it breaks above, it's already broken below the 20. When it breaks back above, when it's crossing up, that will alert me, and then I'll seriously consider getting in that trade. I'll look at this chart, I'll look at Bitcoin, see how the market's doing overall, and make a decision on whether to get in. Okay. As a swing, it's not looking as good. I got a sell signal on the super trend, and the Trendilo is trending down. We're coming off the red zone. Don't usually want to buy longs in this area. So your best approach would be to set an alert on the super trend. You can leave direction change on if you want to trade both directions, but most of us are going to choose the buy for the long position. Only once is usually sufficient. And social activity sort. You might want to use a different sound. Handbell. Click create. So the next time the signal goes off, should probably be around here somewhere. You know, 24% to get back to the red zone, a little higher, 30%. So it could be a decent swing trade. I like it better as a day trade though. Any questions on looks, USD on Kraken? All right, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. So if you're new to this, you may want to catch the recording. I'll send a link to my email list, and I'll usually post it in the Slack group as well. And you can watch the replay if you want to get a hang for at least how I approach this. All right, so social activity. Let's see, 1 hour projected range. Click on that. And looking for low numbers on the lower part or a positive number. None of these look that good. The middle numbers are too small. So yeah, I don't like any of these. Then Polygon has a nice middle number, but there's a really wide range, positive to negative. So I'm going to bounce out of that one. And we will look at short-term sentiment. Match that up with Elder Impulse hourly and see if we can find some matches. I haven't done that well with short-term sentiment lately, but we'll see what we can do. We have a bullish on this Radix, bullish on both short-term sentiment and the Elder Impulse hourly. Let's just switch to neutral. Or no, that's still bullish. I don't know this one. Let's check it out. XRD. Okay. It's on a few exchanges. Not seeing it on anything I trade on though. I could trade on MEXC. It is on Bybit. I do trade on Bybit most of the time, but you guys probably don't. So let's look at something else. Might be it for matches. Yeah, it is. All right, so I'm gonna head out of short-term sentiment, but a long-term sentiment. Match that up with the Elder Impulse Daily, and this is one of my favorite sorts. This one and the social activity is where I get most of my trades or coins that I follow daily. We've got Aptos, Syscoin, WorldCoin, IO, Secret, Say, kind of like Say, Komodo, Maker. I've seen Komodo come up a lot, and I haven't been doing anything with it. It's even on my list, my watch list. No, it's not. All right. Oh, it's not that available. That's probably why I don't look at it that often. All right, so much for that. Let's go back and Aptos APT. All right, let's look at that one. Okay, that's on quite a few exchanges, including Coinbase and Kraken. All right. It's above the 80 at the moment, so we're a little late, but we can see the prior retrace, how well it did. The breakout here. And yeah, almost around 5%. It's a really good day trade. So kind of like that. Quick review on setting the alert. Right click on the RTI, crossing up, and you know the rest. So that's how you set that alert. Let's look at this as a swing. Okay, on Wednesday we were coming out of the green zone, got a buy signal, and then a green line. And since that occurred, yeah, about 3.5%, not that great. So yeah, I don't like this as a swing either. Even if you got in now, you only got a couple percent. Now what we can do is look at longer time frames for retrace potential. The 4 hour, we're about the same. 8 hour, you can look at this. These trace backs from March. Talking 13%, but it could take, if it takes the same amount of time, could be 56 days for 13%. Don't like that. So I'm not liking this at all as a swing. Day chart. Day chart shows quite a bit more promise. Here's 22% in 62 days. Here's another resistance area, 77%. Then back to the red zone, 150%. We love that. But 138 days, that's a little longer. Well, a lot longer than I want to be on the trade. But if you're willing to take a longer term swing, that might be something you want to look into. Okay. That is Aptos. Any questions on that one? Well, that's all the Altcoin Alert sorts that I use. I'll do one more on long-term sentiment.
Hey CJ, if we have
Yeah,
time, can you look at function X? I
sure.
was noticing we got a trade alert on it come through at 4:50 p.m. Central Time, and by the time I looked at it, it had already jumped from I think it was 15 cents to 20 something cents. And being new at this, I'm relying on that a lot to learn how to do the graphs and everything.
All right. FX USD is on Coinbase and KuCoin. We'll look at the Coinbase option. So when you miss the first spike, there's often a second one. Maybe not as big, but that's where your alerts can come in handy. So let's see what move you were looking at. Maybe this one. That's 30%. That's pretty good. That's really good. This move here is 7.5%. That's really good too. So instead of catching a dip down to the 20, you might want to catch the one that's at the 50, like this one here was a break above the 50 on the RTI, and that obviously did really well. So let's set an alert on a break above the 50, right click, add an alert. Now there's already a crossover 50 here. You can just select that one, or crossing up 50 once per bar close. And this is Daryl's suggestion.
Now I'm famous.
You are now you're in my trading view alert name. I like to give shout outs to people and they bring good stuff to my attention. So And
I'm
you
glad I was able
chirping.
to do something.
Yeah. So I will add that to my Coinbase trading and maybe just trade that as a spot the next time it dips below 50 and comes back up. You can set that alert that I just set on anywhere you want. It could be 50 or 60 or 20 or 30, whatever you want to do. Most of mine are either 20 or 50, and that's how that works. Um, we'll take a look at this as a swing as well for our more patient folks. It's at the red zone on the 1 hour chart. Same on the 4 hour. Same on the 8 hour. This might be an all-time high for this one. No, not even close. So on the week chart, resistance here, 150%, but took 1141 days, over 1,000 days.
Oh,
Yeah, or 1,200 days here for 300%. And in the red zone, yeah. So, to catch that kind of move, you might be in this for half a year or so. But I like that day trading action. So, um, yeah, try to catch the next dip and next move, and that could be useful. Any questions on
thank you
Function
very much.
X? You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you going over it.
No, you're welcome. Um, that seems like a better place to end it than another long-term sentiment sort. So, any other coins to look at or anything else to discuss? All right, I'll wrap it up here. If you're watching on the recording, I appreciate that, but I'd rather see you live. Check out the opportunities in the pinned comment. They help fund the channel. And you guys have a good trading week and weekend. I will see you on Monday. Bye.